What the? What the? What the? It failed completely. Ah. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Beth here in my garage, drinking an Arizona tea. It's a Wednesday night, hump day as they call it. We're getting through by working on a new motorcycle. I have a new motorcycle. It is behind me. You can't see it because I'm like trying to cover it up. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know what it is already. It's a big boy. Bethy was ready for a big boy. So was her man, Jeffrey. So if you know anything about my background and my channel, if this vehicle was for my significant other, you're gonna know it's not a Harley. Should I just show you? I'll just show you. It's a freaking VTX, guys. It's the 1800R, which is retro, which is why I'm wearing the glasses, duh. So I'm really pumped about this bike, guys. It's a big boy. But with big boys comes big problems. We got big problems. Not like terrible problems, nothing that's like detrimental to our abilities to ride it, but I haven't laid into it yet because the fork seals, one of them is just toast. So that's one of the big, we just got a lot to fix. Let me just lay into the VTX that we got for Jeffrey. The bike does need a lot of work. Nothing too crazy though. We need a new air filter, we need new tires. I'll show you this back tire in a second. Somebody was doing burnouts, hell yeah. Hell no for us because this back tire is whack. We're gonna have to replace it. But let me tell you about the VTX 1800R specs because this bike, it is not a child's toy. So the funny thing is this bike is the retro style, the R, right? Which was basically the body that this bike had. And when we bought it real cheap because it didn't have the front or rear fender. They were going for a Luke. You know, hey, to each their own. But we want some fenders. We might fab some, which is most exciting to me. So we'll see what we end up doing with this bike. I did put my feelers out for VTX fenders, and they're really pricey, even used. So we'll probably end up fabricating something ourselves, which sounds more fun anyways. Rude. Alright, so basically the VTX is, or was, the biggest V-twin that was out there at the time of its production. So don't come at me, Harley lovers. This, during the time, in the era, Honda had the biggest V-twin when this was produced, which was in 2003, okay? So it wasn't that long ago. So this engine is water-cooled. This is a fuel-injected bike, which may disappoint some folks, because, you know, some people really like the carbs. But, hey, I am kind of happy it's fuel-injected. Jeffrey, not so much, but we will have to make some compromises, because this bike is going to be our build together. Also, we're going to do another build together as well, coming up. There's just, like, this garage is just build chaos. Be prepared. I don't even think I'm prepared. How many bikes do we have? 5 of them. So we have the VTX 800R, we have the Ironhead XLCH, kick only right side shift. We got the 750 Shadow, which is a Spirit, which is beautiful. The dual carb we're about to destroy. Oh, you just wait. And then we got Odessa, my beautiful sporty. So yeah, we got the VTX for Jeffrey to have a bigger bike. He was previously on the Honda Shadow, which since he has this bigger bike and we'll get it fixed up for him. This bike is much larger than his Shadow. 2 times, if not more. He was on a 750. This is a big jump, but we're really excited because he has this bigger bike. This will be his daily baby once we get it all spiffy and nice. He shined it. But once we get it actually running well and all of the wiring figured out and different aspects, I'll go around the bike here in a moment. We're gonna do some cool, brutal stuff to his Shadow. That 750 is not gonna look the same. So that's a build series to look forward to, guys. I got more stuff coming. So get excited. Back to the VTX. It's a mess. You wanna know why? You don't need a key to start it. You wanna come watch me start it? Come on, let's go start it. Let's go. Okay, so it's real easy, guys. You got You got your thingamabob, you got your kajigger, and you just flip it. No key needed, motherfuckers! And you just go. Nowhere. Fast. So yeah, she needs some work, but at least you can just steal her any given day you want. Come over, take it. Some executive decisions we've made is we've removed the lights, the signals off of this they were in great shape. I am 5 years old. We chucked those. Jeff spent an evening with this beautiful lady and did some wire labeling, and we decided that a lot of the cabling we don't really need. It's just a lot of little things that we're gonna do to this bike. We are curious what you guys think we should do to the bike build. It's a VTX, there's a lot of different things that can be done. We're not big fans of the style of handlebars. Definitely these grips gotta go, they don't even match. Yeah, it was a very cheap bike and it was very worth it. Let's just put it in perspective for all of you viewers. We paid less than $1 per cc, which I think is a dang good hell of a deal. And if you want to argue with me below in the comments about how that's a terrible deal and I made a bad choice, I'm down to do so, because I honestly think this was a darn good deal, and I really appreciate the fella who sold it to me nearby. So yes, we are the lucky new owners of an 1800 VTX, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Am I gonna do a lot of work on this bike? Probably not. This is Jeff's baby, but I will be along for the ride. I definitely want to take it out for a spin. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that with you guys very, very soon. I'm surprised I didn't when we purchased it. Honestly, it was a terrible day. The riding weather in Ohio, I don't mean to complain, has just been trash. Absolute garbage. Also forgot to inform you guys, there is a tiny leak in the radiator. We'll have to sort that one out too. So when you find a budget bike, realize you're not gonna have a budget fix. So probably gonna have to put the same amount that we spent on the purchase of this bike into fixing this bike. Probably 2 times. But that's fine. Reminder, what did I say earlier? Less than $1 per cc. So, really shouldn't complain that much. How about we switch bikes out? I'm done talking about the VTX and all her problems. How about we move in the Honda Shadow? That's 750 Spirit. Could use a little spirit, which recently, Jeffrey did upgrade the girl. So let's pull her in and see what little bit of an upgrade he's given her. And here we have the baby Honda of our garage family. The Spirit, our 750 Shadow. This bike has been great. It's been solid steed. Honestly, when my Harley won't start, I can ride Jeff's Honda. That's kind of our joke, and it's not a joke when it's real, so sad. Anyways, moving on. This Shadow is freaking awesome. This has been Jeffrey's daily driver for 5 or 6 years now. The only thing that he's done really is those apes, and I like them. They're great. I stole his ride back in a video if you guys want to check that out. Fish in those archives of mine, and yeah, I stole his Honda for a short video. I like this bike a lot. It's very comfortable. It's a great starter bike for folks who want to get into the cruiser style riding. Definitely check out the Shadows. What he recently did, he changed the gear ratio. So new back sprocket and new chain. And changing the gear ratio on this Shadow made it so that this bike will get a little bit more power out of it. What? So basically it changes where you have to shift at. So you're not having to shift as early. You can shift a little bit later. Doing this little bit of gear ratio upgrade is great for a bike that you only have like 5-speed on for when you're highway riding, because now you have a little bit further to push that bike. It's not gonna change anything substantial with the performance, but you will feel it if you do something like this to your bike. So if we want to hop around real quick, I can show you the new chain. You're not gonna be really able to see that sprocket very much. All right, folks, let's take a look at a little bit of the magic that Jeffrey worked here on this side of the bike. Demonstrate. So this is much smaller, this is much smaller. He's still got a little bit of play in there. He's gonna have to dial that in a little bit more. He didn't have to take out any links, so he might take out one, but right now it's riding pretty great. He loves the feel of changing that ratio. So guys, if you have a Shadow Spirit, Honda Shadow Spirit, and you're thinking about doing so, he highly recommends it. Give it a shot. Yeah. So any chain driven bike, check out your gear ratio, and I'm sure there's somewhere some online forum dude has figured out how to up the ante of your bike simply by something like this. We used to do this all the time in BMX to make it so we had just a little bit better gear ratio for what race we're doing, depending on like the hills and different things, but you can get a little bit more power out of your bike if you do so. So look into it, folks. I'm not lying, I'm making up things, I swear. So basically what he did was got a smaller size on that back wheel sprocket. He went down 3 teeth sizings on his back sprocket. In doing so, he had to get a new chain. Basically, you can't keep the same chain. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna be too long. He needed a shorter one. So we got this cool, nice looking chain added to the bike, and it got us talking, it got us thinking, we really need to do a build with this bike. We had talked about it for a long time, waited for him to get another bike, kind of similar to me with the Sporty. When I got the second Sporty, okay, that's my build bike. You gotta have your daily, your daily motorcycle that you get to ride, but you can, it's fun to play around with the build. So once we get that VTX up and is, good for him to ride around, this Shadow is gonna get torn apart. It's gonna change a lot. So one of the vibes of the build, we've had these for a very long time. It's a belt buckle. It's a belt buckle, and we want to incorporate this into the build of this Shadow. So if you guys have any suggestions, we got ideas. I mean, of course, comes to the old noggin first is a jockey shift with this as the handle. Duh, a lot of folks do that. We could do that, and that's what first comes to mind. I'm sure that's gonna be the #1 comment below. But there's other things we can do, and I want people to get creative down in the comments and give us ideas of how we can use this belt buckle incorporated into this this build. But I want you to get an idea of, like, we like polished brass, but also just tarnished looking brass. This bike is gonna be looking really freaking dope by the end of this year. I hope that we'd finish it. It's gonna be a short series. It's gonna be a short build series. We're gonna try and bang it out in quite a short time. So wish us luck. I'm pretty stoked to show you guys that one, and that should be coming soon. So look forward to this Spirit looking quite different. And hopefully, if we do something right, being in bike shows, I would really love to be able to ride a bike to a bike show and enter it in and be like, yeah, I built that. I'm sure this will be the start of a serious addiction. I know the Ironhead has been a stubborn thorn in my side, but speaking of, why don't we do something with that sweet, sweet, sweet rose. Every rose has its thorn. Every Bethy sings a sad, sad song. Alright guys, gotta end on a sweet note. My sweetheart, my sweet baby. She's a wicked, wicked thing. But we're gonna get her running this spring. I'm gonna ride her around a little bit. But to do so, I've had some friends reach out and say they'll help me out. Get this rust out of this tank, take this carb off, and run it over to my friends at Throttle Co. And they are gonna help me polish up a turd, as they say. So we're gonna throw some vinegar in this tank. First and foremost, I'm gonna take both these items off, prep them for taking the throttle safely. But I was asked to throw some vinegar, some white vinegar in this tank, leave it in there for a few days before I head over to Throttle. Let's go ahead and get these parts off, have them set in a safe place, and then we will get my friends over at Throttle help me get my beautiful baby actually running this season. That'd be great. Maybe if I got my shit together. Golly, geez, Beth, get it together. Hey, what's up everybody? It's a day or so in the future now, and I'm actually gonna take off the tank and the carburetor now. The other night I went inside and ate some pizza, drank some beer, and decided I'm gonna watch a movie instead. So, you know, adulting, making wise decisions for my mental health. So today we are ripping off this carburetor and tank to take to my buddies at Throttle Co. Let's just get into it. Let's go, guys. Gonna start with the carb first. Let's do that. Taken this on and off so many times, I'm a pro, but I still fling everything everywhere. All right, this is going to get sonic cleaned by my friends in a shop. I'm gonna take new jets to them as well, so hopefully it'll be good as new after. Let's get rid of the little bit of fuel and stabilizer that's in there and replace it with white vinegar. There's only a little bit of stuff in there. Go put it in my hazardous waste depository. Alright guys, got the tank off, got the carb off. Now I was asked by my lovely friends at Throttle Co. to do them a favor and go ahead and throw some white distilled vinegar into the tank before I take it to them, and we're gonna hop over there tomorrow. So we'll grab some coffee for one of their events. They're starting to throw a weekly morning bikes and coffee event. So if you guys wanna follow me along for that, that's gonna be an exciting thing. Let's throw some vinegar in here. Shake it up. That'll be all we're doing for the evening in the garage till we go over to Throttle tomorrow. So, okay guys. I got the biggest thing at Kroger that they have, so. Right there.
This stuff isn't going into the fire.
Fill her up, Buttercup. It's kind of like fill the whole damn thing. Let's just use all of it. Okay. Alright. I've heard people putting screws and bolts and like extra things inside their tank. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put the vinegar in there and shake it up real fun, and then, you know, give it over to my friends to help me because they love me and they want to see this iron actually running. And this is a good test with my Petcock, actually. Folks, what was that? That was like a little weird go-kart thing that just went over. Alright, yeah, that's solid. I think we got enough in there. Really give it a good shake. I feel like I'm just like pickling the inside of my tank, right? Is that what vinegar is used for, is pickling? Alright kids, that about does it for our in the garage work. I don't think I have my cap on all the way. Oh no, it's just leaking out of the cap when you shake it around. Okay guys, I'll check you tomorrow. Yo! We made it to Throttle Co. We're here. Let's take my crap inside. This up shop dogs. She will eat you. She defends the motorcycles.
B-roll.
B-roll.
Can we pretend like we're working?
Yeah, pretend you're working. Pretend you're doing things. Alright, so we dropped off the tank here in the back room. Back here. Here with Road Warrior Moto Nicole. And so her fella who she works with, Dylan, topped it off. And it is topped off. You can see that there's some stuff in there. There's things happening. Topped it off with distilled vinegar. Gonna leave it for a little while, and they are going to sonic clean my baby. My sweet thing. We'll get it back, and it'll be pristine, and we'll get this Ironhead running this spring. I swear, I'm gonna get the Ironhead running this spring. Don't yell at me. Stop yelling at me. Okay, friends, back in my garage at home. Once again, huge shout out to Throttle Co for taking care of Beth, helping her get this Ironhead on the road. I know that they've been wanting that to happen, and they've been hounding me, so they're more than happy to help me get that done. And I cannot thank them enough either, because they gave me new sparks for Odessa, who I've been highly neglecting. Honestly, Odessa probably needs like a whole liter of oil, new head gaskets, because the heads are leaking oil on the engines, and most certainly new spark plugs. So yes, we're gonna replace those ASAP. But that about does it for this video. I talked about the VTX and our plans for it, the Shadow, our plans for it, and then of course my iron. So much plans for the iron, but honestly, just for now, want to get it running this spring and get it out and about to some vintage bike shows. Definitely got to replace everything up here before that happens. So yeah, looking at new bars and all new hardware up top here soon. Gonna let that tank sit at my friend's place over at Throttle for just a little while. We'll slap that baby back on and maybe get a new throttle cable, add that on there, and then maybe we'll be running. Who knows? Really appreciate everyone sticking it out with me through this video, checking out all of our bikes. It's getting to be a little crowded in here with all the motorcycles. One of them is going to my brother. Gotta get that taken care of for him, but check out how messy. Need to do a garage cleanup day very soon. Alright guys, I am out of here. I'm done working in the garage. I'm gonna relax the rest of this weekend. Can't wait to get the iron cooking. We gotta figure out this rat's nest of wires. Other than that, got the heads covered while we have the carburetor off. I'm just really pumped to get this roadworthy and safe for me to ride around to some little bike shows nearby. So stay tuned for that, everybody. Do not forget to like this video. Comment down below which of the 3 bikes we hung out with in this video was your favorite. There'll be lots of changes to all of those motorcycles, so don't expect them to stay the same that they were in this video. Yeah, let me know. And also, please subscribe to my channel if you have not. I really appreciate it. Trying to grow, trying to be a bigger channel. So the bigger the better. More bike builds we can do. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll check all of you people on the next video. Peace out.